Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Mostly Low Budget Movie Reviews. I am your host, Clarence. Thank you for tuning in. In today's episode, I have another movie that was released in theaters, but I'm a little late on this one. Now, it's a sequel to a movie I didn't even know that I wanted a sequel. The Accountant 2, starring Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. Let's talk about the original for a minute. I enjoyed that one more than actually going in. A high-functioning autistic accountant. I thought, he played that role really well. Since, he's stunted emotionally. A lot of the interactions are funny accidentally in the movie, so you did have some laugh-out-loud areas there. Great character development, including his brother, played by John. Good action set pieces. Everything wrapped up neatly. It was a good story. I mean, I wasn't doing the podcast back then, but if I had to score it, I would have put it somewhere in the low 80s. Just to stay consistent, I'm thinking that's where it would be. And since the story was pretty much wrapped up, I wondered where they were going to go, this time story-wise. Do you need to watch the original to get into this one? Well, what is this one about? Now, we start out with a mysterious woman meeting up with Raymond King. That's J.K. Simmons' character from the first movie. And he was director in Financial Crimes, but, he's now retired. Now, he's working these random cases, but only, cases that actually mean something to him. And he's asking this woman to help him find his missing family. Won't get into any of the details of that, but she warns him that, he was followed and he's in trouble. Again, I'm going to have to back up on that, but let's just say that things do not turn out well for Raymond that night. Now, Medina, who worked with Raymond, or worked for Raymond, I should say, and she took his spot, is contacted and advised about his condition. He has a message that states, "Find the accountant." Even though she doesn't trust him due to the illegal nature of his activities, she does seek him out, and he agrees to help. Now, they find a bunch of stuff that doesn't really connect or make sense where he was staying. But, of course, the accountant gets all the stuff and he figures out some clues. Meanwhile, this man responsible for the events that happened to Raymond is still pursuing the mystery woman. So using some of that information, Wolff, the accountant, uncovers more information, but Medina is becoming more and more uncomfortable with his tactics. They do get another clue, but they actually need help to kind of get that one going. So Wolff reaches out to his brother, and that's where I will stop. From there, they continue the investigation, which ties into that mystery woman, the man pursuing her, Raymond, and the missing family. How are all these things connected, and will they find out what happened to this family before it's too late? So what did the pros think? They came in at a 76% on 182 reviews on the Rotten scale, with the audience at 92% on over 2,500 ratings. But what did I think? Well, let me get to these positives. Now, the best thing they did was lean into Ben and John's characters. We got to know them and their backgrounds, what made them who they are from the last movie, and they kind of pick up where they left off and they build on that. But this time around, we get to see that brotherly relationship. Well, even though they were estranged for years, we can see that bond and, how they can just pick up right where they left off. While the first movie had him as a loner, mostly Ben's character, their relationship makes this a very effective buddy type action comedy, which was really well done since, they have such great chemistry on the screen together. That relationship really felt genuine to me. Again, the comedy part caught me off guard. There was some laugh out loud moments. They cranked up the action and had this great set piece at the end with them working together. It was an overall enjoyable ride. I mean, there are a few negatives that I do have to get into, though. The story is a bit of a jumble and a little bit far-fetched, and I get it. Autistic people sometimes have gifts and excel in other areas, but lack in others, especially, emotionally. They went a little bit too far with the stereotype here. I mean, all autistic characters are these super geniuses, which, I'll give them some grace here and give them a bit of a pass because of the enjoyment factor I had with the movie. But yeah, it was a little bit too much. And this is more of a smaller nitpick for me. I kind of wanted some more real world exploration with Ben's character with his emotional development. he's really socially awkward. You know, he can't really relate to people too good. And they open with this hilarious speed dating sequence. And I was hoping they would build some more on that instead of just letting him kind of just stay in his comfort zone for most of the runtime. I mean, he really doesn't go outside of what he normally does. But I get it. It's already over 2 hours, so you kind of got to pick and choose how much of the story you want to explore. But yeah, I'm not going to hold you guys. I really like this one. I'll put this one right at an 83% to stay consistent on the Rotten scale. If this does really well or does well enough, and there are indications that this is going to do decent enough numbers, yeah, definitely sign me up for a third and final movie, I should say, to complete the trilogy. And in the next one, they kind of really need to give us more of that social journey with the accountant. We have to see, again, I want to see the growth and interaction and how he's come along after all these years of life. And just, you know, if they don't do that, then basically they're just going to make the same movie again. So if you saw the first one, it's a must-see. But if you haven't, you can still watch this one without seeing that one. But I would highly recommend you watch the first one before seeing this one. That way you'll get a full appreciation of these characters and who they are in this movie. With that being said, I'll close it out right here. If this is your first time, don't make it your last. This has been a Podbean production, mostly low-budget movie reviews with Clarence. Thanks for support. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, up on all streaming platforms. And now you can watch me on YouTube, or more to the point, I should say, listen to me. I do have a YouTube channel now, Low-Budget Movie Reviews with Clarence. All my podcasts will be uploaded there shortly after I upload them here. So if you don't have any kind of streaming music things, or, you know, you don't have any, don't want to download anything, most people already have YouTube. You can just go to YouTube, search me out, and you can listen to my podcast there. Thank you guys once again. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.